History is important, but when talking about the possibility of Iran developing a nuclear weapon, a little bit more technical information is obviously vital. Does Iran have a nuclear weapon? The answer to that is not yet. What do I mean when I say not yet? Well, let's break it down to basics. First of all, why is Iran a concern? Well, Iran doesn't have a very good track record. It actually hid a uranium enrichment program for 18 years. The Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, also known as the NPT, says that a country has the right to enrich uranium to be used as fuel for civilian nuclear power. One of the conditions of the NPT, however, is that a country doing this first of all can only enrich the materials up to a certain safe level, but also this country's enrichment program must remain under inspection from the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, which reports to the United Nations. So, technically, under the NPT, Iran is allowed to enrich uranium. The problem, however, is that the IAEA has not been allowed this access. In August 2003, the IAEA released a report that stated that Iran has consistently misled the agency about its enrichment program. It gave several reasons for this. First, Iran originally told the IAEA that its centrifuge enrichment program began in 1997, but it actually began in 1985. Second, Iran at first told the IAEA that its nuclear program was entirely indigenous. Later, it said it received centrifuge drawings in 1987 from a still unnamed foreign intermediary. Additionally, Iran also imported components for its centrifuges. Third, Iran initially told the IAEA that the Khalil Electric Company only produced centrifuge parts, but later it admitted that this company played a key role in its centrifuge testing program from 1997 to 2002. Iran signed the additional protocol in 2003, but it has yet to ratify it. The additional protocol was issued in 1997 and is a comprehensive declaration of current and planned materials and facilities. It gives the IAEA complimentary access to nuclear facilities on a 24-hour notice and allows location-specific environmental samples. There are also other ways to monitor nuclear activity, including satellite imagery. Consider this. This is a picture from September of 2002 of Natanz, where Iran's enrichment facility is located. Pay careful attention to the aerial shot of the building on the right. Now, look at this aerial shot taken in June of 2004 of Natanz. Notice the same area on the right. In the 2002 picture, there were buildings there. Now, in 2004, those buildings have disappeared. This is an apparent attempt to hide an underground uranium enrichment facility. Now, what happens at these uranium centrifuge enrichment facilities? First of all, what are centrifuges? In general, a centrifuge is a piece of equipment which is usually driven by a motor that puts an object in rotation around a fixed axis. To enrich uranium, you use gas centrifuges. In processing, you feed uranium hexafluoride gas into the centrifuges. Uranium-238 is the heavier isotope of uranium, and it tends to concentrate on the walls of the centrifuge as it spins. Uranium-235, which is the desired isotope of uranium, is then separated from uranium-238 and is able to be extracted by a scoop placed inside the centrifuge. It takes many thousands of centrifuges to enrich uranium enough for use in a nuclear reactor, around 3.5% enrichment, and many thousands more to enrich it to weapons-grade uranium, around 90% enrichment, for use in nuclear weapons. U.S. intelligence reports have stated that if Iran can operate 3,000 centrifuges continuously for a year, it could produce about one weapon's worth of highly enriched uranium. The IAEA's most recent report states that Iran now has 4,000 centrifuges installed and operating at about 80% efficiency, which is a rate greatly improved from their last visit. The most difficult part of building a nuclear weapon is obtaining the special nuclear materials. Iran is working towards producing the special nuclear materials. But what about a delivery system? What about dual-use technologies? Dual-use technologies are items that have either a civilian or a military purpose. Iran's ballistic missiles are a reason for concern. Technically, they could be used for conventional war, but they are inaccurate and because of that have little purpose except as a delivery vehicle for a nuclear weapon. Overall, this video is not meant to accuse Iran of developing a nuclear weapon. It also does not delve into possible motivations for developing a nuclear weapon. It merely presents a few undisputable facts that any person exploring the question of whether Iran is developing a nuclear weapon must consider. It is by no means a comprehensive exploration, but should help to provide the bare bones of information concerning the NPT, the IAEA, the additional protocol, uranium enrichment, centrifuges, and dual-use technology. These are all topics that one must consider when examining Iran in the nuclear weapons question.